Hi everybody, Nicole here. If you don't know my name by now, it's Nicole. I'm coming at you with my very first YouTube review. As if you noticed before, I told you it was going to be on G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra. Yeah, this movie's been out for a few weeks, but someone requested it, so I'm offering my views on it. Give you a little heads up, I'm going to give you like a little 5-6 sentence scenario. The U.S. Army is needing to transport this elite weapon with nanomites, the new and greatest technology. And while they're doing the transport of this weapon, they are intercepted by Cobra, the bad guys. Yay! Gotta love the bad guys. During this battle, a third fraction comes in, which we'll see are the G.I. Joes. The G.I. Joes and Cobra then battle it out. Well, the Joes end up with the weapon as well as a couple new recruits, Duke and Ripcord. And, well, let's just say Cobra isn't too happy that they got their weapon that they tried to take back. So that's where the battle begins. And the whole movie is about this new weapon, this new nanomite technology. That's basically it. I'm looking at my notes, sorry. As for characters, I don't really want to go into the whole plot because most likely you guys have seen the movie, if the people that want to see it, or you probably know what it's already all about. Characters, Duke, played by Channing Tatum. Duke is the guy, the cover boy for G.I. Joe. When you think of G.I. Joe, you probably are thinking of Duke's face or maybe Cobra Commander, one of the two. So he has a very important role to play. Guess what, Channing? You did not pull it off. You were a little bland. Okay, let me give you. Military scenes were great. He did a good job with the military scenes because there wasn't, you know, in the military you're supposed to be staunch and straight face. He did a great job. Anything that had to do with dramatics, anytime there was a romantic scene, I just didn't feel it. He just didn't put it into it. There was one part, like again, I'm gonna give you some spoilers, at the very end, so spoiler, where he's trying to save the love of his life, which is the Baroness. And he's over her body, and he's supposed to be not over dramatic, but he's supposed to be filled with this love and hate for her. And all I felt like is he's gonna break out laughing. It was sad. It was sad. It was supposed to be emotional, and I felt like, okay, you're not acting the way you're supposed to be at this part. So, on Duke. Talking about the Baroness, this is the girl that made me want to see this film. Who doesn't like a cold-hearted bitch who wants to just take over everything? Sienna Miller did a great job with this part. Until the end, where she decides to become the good girl. No, keep to the bad Baroness that we all love. As soon as she turned good, the role went bad. Second G.I. Joe, that I want to go over is Ripcord, played by Marlon Wayans. I'm honestly surprised. Way to go, Marlon. You pulled this off. You are the one character of the Joes that I actually enjoyed. He was the one character that actually had a personality on the G.I. Joes. Too bad the rest of the Joes couldn't learn from you. So, way to go, Marlon. Bringing in some good stuff for the Joes. The last character I want to go over, I mean, I could go over all the different characters, but we'll just go over 4 of the major players. The Doctor. Also, a spoiler, he becomes Cobra Commander. This character is played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He was known as Tommy in Third Rock from the Sun. Yeah, scrawny little guy. So when I first heard that they were recruiting him to play Cobra Commander, I'm like, okay, big turn off. That was the main reason why I did not want to see this film, because I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Out of all the people they're recruiting him to play the ultra evil Cobra Commander. It's not gonna work out. Boy, was I wrong. Way to go. The best part of the film. Too bad. I just wish there was more Cobra Commander. More doctor. More sinister. But hopefully, maybe we'll see it in the next movie. He pulled off this part pretty well. The thing is, he had to overact. But it worked because Cobra Commander is very dramatic in his self. Plus, most of the film, his face is covered up and you can only see one eye. So to put out the dramatics all into the emotion of one eye, he did a great job, even though overacting was the main point of it. But overall, I think he was the best character of the movie, and I can't wait to see the character come out again. Production. First off, I'll start with the score. The score was a major part, just like any other character. It could enhance the film-going experience, and this one actually stayed true to it. There was a great enough sound to get you into the action, but not enough music, you know, not enough to like, oh, I recognize that song, and you're singing along to it and not paying attention to the action. As for the makeup, yeah, they needed to spend a little more time with the makeup. Their texture, their location of the prostheses, even shading. There's parts in the movie where Duke has a scar over, I think it's his left eye, and you can see it moving places, changing shape, and even changing color, and it's kind of a little distracting. Let's see, and as well as Storm Shadow's scars at the open wounds at the end, they were a little too bright. You could definitely tell it was fake movie blood, and a little too fleshy. Like, yeah, there needs to be less wound, I guess. If you see it, you know what I'm talking about. And the one thing that drove me nuts, and most guys probably didn't notice it, but most girls probably did. Scarlett's hair, great red hair. And they actually did a great job bringing it out in the film, but sometimes more than one dye job is needed during a production. You could see her blonde roots coming through in a few of the scenes. So if you want to, you could actually see how they filmed the movie just by the length of Scarlett's roots.